Some people think being blind is the worst thing in the world. And it's not. The worst thing in the world is to see everything and still stay stuck. That's a different kind of hell. And I've been there. The first philosopher you meet on this path, that's where most people get trapped. The wounded philosopher. There's the type of person that wakes up but never walks out. David Foster Wallace saw it. He saw through society, he saw through the media, he saw through the mask, but the weight of it broke him. Kafka lived there too. He wrote about the system eating people alive, but the system swallowed him whole before he ever found a way out. Nietzsche warned about, what did he warn about again? Yeah, staring into the abyss. Sometimes I forget what I want to say, but I'm here. Okay, let's start. Nietzsche warned about staring into the abyss, but at the end of the day, the abyss stepped back and took him too. And me, I've been this person too. I've had nights where I could break down the entire human condition, but I couldn't get myself to reply to a text. That's what happens when you're addicted to knowing. Awareness feels like power at first, then before it turns into paralysis. It's like you're stuck in a hall of mirrors. Everywhere you turn is a reflection of yourself, and a loop of you overthinking. The problem is you start thinking inside is enough, and you believe awakening is the finish line instead of the starting point. And worst of it yet, which I am guilty of, this is the worst one yet. You start to explain your pain instead of escaping it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the wounded philosopher. He sees the truth but cannot move through it. So, how do you break out? You stop staring, you start stepping. That's a bar. So you take things that broke you and then use it as your compass or a compass. You test your ideas in the real world, try, fail, apply, and adjust. And repeat. If it doesn't work, try, fail, apply, and adjust. Build rituals, not just reflections. Ground your thinking in your body. Ground your thinking in your body. My bad. Ground your thinking in your body. Move, breathe, speak less. My writing. Ground your thinking in your body. Move, breathe, speak less, and do more. And stop waiting for people to understand you. They won't. Not yet. Maybe not never. And that's okay. But not everyone stays trapped in the thoughts. Some people don't sit in the mirror room. They burn the whole thing down. And this is our next philosopher. Is it Rebel or Rebel? Rebel. I don't know why I say Rebel. The Rebel Philosopher. Russell Brand. I'm sure that's his name. Even though I'm using him as my... Anyways. Russell Brand is the modern Rebel Philosopher archetype. He challenges everything. Questions power. He calls out the system on YouTube with his own bare hands. You know what I'm saying? James Baldwin did the too, with words that cut like knives. Alan Watts, I love watching this guy. He did it with humor. My handwriting again. He did it with humor. He flipped their spiritual scripts, laughed at the gurus while teaching the same depth. The Rebel. Why do I keep saying Rebel? Rebel. The Rebel Philosopher. Which one is right? Rebel or Rebel? Please correct me. I'm not too sure. The Rebel Philosopher wants to tear things down. But here's the danger. If you burn everything down and not rebuild anything after, you're just fire without purpose. And there's the third type. I called it the drunken man. I'm joking. I don't call it drunken master. I'd like to call it the drunken master. Anyways, that's the third type. The one that realizes that life is absurd, but decides to drink with it. The drunken philosopher. Pretty sure that's the name. The drunk philosopher. This is where Hunter S. Thompson lived. Chaos in his bloodstream. He saw the game, but he didn't care. He just wanted to ride it until the wheels came off. Pause. Big pause. He just wanted to ride it. Pause. I was gay. Bukowski. My name is just, I don't know. It's funny the way I say it in my head, and it's funny to me. Bukowski wrote poems from the gutter. It turned suffering into art. But it stayed in the gutter anyways. Like, why? Why? Anthony Bourdain. He tasted life through every country. He smiled through the flavors of the world. But sometimes the pain caught him in the quiet moments. The Drunk Philosopher says nothing matters. But let's make it beautiful. Most people stop here. Most people either think themselves into paralysis, burn themselves into emptiness, or drink themselves into numbness. But this is just part 1. If you stay with me, I'll show you the rest of the map. Next time I'll talk about the control types. The Stoics, the theorists, the ones who look calm on the surface but sometimes freeze their own hearts. Drop a magnifying glass if you've ever met a wounded philosopher. Probably you're staring at him or her in the mirror right now. Subscribe if you're really serious about finishing the blueprint. Thank you and goodbye.